Yeah, I'm really excited about this weekend.
Definitely, got that little chip on the shoulder.
It's going to be definitely different.
Before 2026, Jared Donaldson, Eric Jones Jr., and Zach Phillips had spent their whole banana ball careers wearing yellow.
I played with the same core group of guys for probably, say, 4 years. So yeah, it's definitely been a big blessing.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho.
So when they found out they'd be making the move to the Firefighters, it was understandably met with a mixed bag of emotions.
Initially, it hurt a little bit.
I kind of expected it. I wasn't sure.
I didn't get drafted and I didn't get franchised. I went in the second day, so I have a chip on my shoulder, but I'm just going to let, what I do out there do the talking.
And it's fair to say, they've already started to do just that.
Home runs on base, and he loads one to left field on his first swing with the Firefighters. EJ pumps it! Donnie, right down the middle!
Now as they prepare to face their former team for the first time, they're all approaching it in their own way.
Yes, I'm excited for it, but I'm approaching it just like it's any other game. If I focus on the things that I need to do to be successful, it's going to work out well.
Bill does know my signs. I haven't changed my signs, and I don't think I will. So, all they know, a fastball's coming, and then another fastball's coming, and I might mix it up here and there, but I'm really excited for this weekend.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep a straight face with some of these guys, like Ty Jackson over there, like hitting.
Don't laugh at me. I'm a real baseball player.
I don't know what that's going to contain. I feel like just getting on the mound, seeing him in the batter's box, I'm probably going to, I don't even know.
But there is one thing they're all aligned on: winning.
EJ, he knew it as soon as it left his bat.
Or any message to the Bananas before you go into the weekend? Anything you want to say?
Go Firefighters.
There is only one unbeaten team in the Banana Ball Championship League, and they face a unique challenge against the Firefighters this afternoon. The Savannah Bananas are the away team for the first time since July 22nd, 2023 in Rancho Cucamonga, California. 960 days later, the Nanners suit up as the visiting team in their home ballpark as over 5,500 fans have packed Grayson Stadium for this historic showdown. The Bananas are hunting a series sweep, while the Firefighters are looking for their first win in the BBCL. Really a tale of two seasons very early on in the Banana Ball Championship League as we welcome you inside with Josh Talevsky, Zach Staten. I am Biko Scala. Zach, we have to start with you because, well, this is a historic game for the Bananas. It's also the first time that the Firefighters have ever been the home team against the Nanners.
We've only seen it in inter-squad scrimmages and spring training games. The Firefighters on the field have the home team advantage. And Josh, I wonder how that changes the strategy for the boys in black and neon and the Yellow Bellies.
Well, I'd like to think that things don't really change that much for the Bananas, considering how much this pitching staff has led them 2 games into the season. An earned run average of 2 for the Savannah Bananas, and they got to continue to try and silence these Firefighters bats, even playing as the visiting squad.
Can't wait to see how it unfolds tonight. 3-man booth, all primary colors represented. Back to you, Staten, because we've got to find out, how can the Firefighters get that elusive first win here in 2026?
They're putting themselves in great situations, Biko. They're not taking advantage of it. They've left 4 runners on third base over their first 2 games. They've got to find a way to get that run home, especially now that you're the home team. You throw a 0 up on the top half of the frame, you win the inning. You've got to find a way to bring runners home on base. You got to get the top of the lineup sparked up too. 1 through 5 last night against the Bananas, 1 for 19. Logan Lacey, Dalton Cornett, arguably your 2 most consistent hitters, a combined 1 for 13. If you can get the top of the frame or top of the lineup going, you might find a little bit of heat there. Get tricky too. There are trick plays left on a table all over the place for the Firefighters. You really need to deny that equalizer point because, Josh, I do not like the idea of just ceding a 1-0 lead already to the Bananas.
Yeah, and the Bananas, I know, are hungry to try and earn that equalizer point, and they kind of want to show what they can do considering they are back in the kilts in today's contest, so they're excited for the challenge that brings them. And the Bananas, in their really young banana ball career wearing kilts have had a lot of good success. You see a 2-1 record with all of those games coming against the Party Animals, and this team has really hit a .308 team batting average, 14 extra base hits in those 3 games, and while the pitching numbers have not been quite what the Bananas have wanted, they've still bashed their way to these victories, and when they played as the visiting team in kilts against the Party Animals in 2023, they had a 5-2 win. Now when we get into the Bananas earning the equalizer point, some adjustments were made this morning in practice. You see Ryan Cox practicing behind the back transition rather than through the legs. And the exact same thing is true for Kyle Jackson, who will be manning third base in today's contest. Each of these guys know that kilt, the overhang, can kind of get in the way of your hand transitioning that ball through the legs. So the emphasis is on behind the back transitions if they want to earn the equalizer point and net themselves some extra breathing room if they have the lead going into the later stages of this game.
Big shout out to Sam Bauman, our investigative reporter, shooting that footage pregame today and delivering us that breakdown, as we would call it back in the MLB Network days, that Mr. Talebski slammed home. It's going to be fascinating to see how the Nanners perform their trick plays with the added fun of the kilt. The cast and crew parading through historic Grayson Stadium. Great to see the Banana Band. Schnazzy new uniforms for the brass band here in Bananaland. Princess Potassia and company cranking through with over 5,500 fans. Supposed to be a 1 p.m. start here. We've got a massive rugby tournament going on in Daffin Park, so we got pushed back to 4. 3 banana ball games will be going on at one time, as long as the folks in Memphis and Frisco could keep on playing ball all the way up to our first pitch right around 4 p.m., which we're going to have momentarily. But it's good to see the Wild cast getting some up-close FaceTime with the full capacity crowd here in our hostess city. With our other 2 games going down in the Central Time Zone today, 1 p.m. start their time, 2 p.m. for us here on the East Coast. Quick check-in, we're in the 7th inning in Memphis. Party Animals currently with the 3-2 lead, couple runs on the board though, trying to make it 4-2. Indianapolis Clowns will be bringing the inning tying run up to the dish with just 1 away. Bobby Leday digging in, and Coconuts trying to nail down their 2nd ever win. CJ Williams on the bump with 1 down in the top of the 9th. A reminder, those games going on the Texas Tailgaters YouTube channel and the Party Animals YouTube channel as we speak. I've been getting involved in the chats over there throughout the day when possible. And good to see the chat in prime season form here on the Bananas broadcast as well. The young professor introducing said cast and crew. Let's get it down to Mr. Prof.
For the Banana Band. And please welcome Her Royal Highness, the one and only Princess Potassia. They are strutting and cutting the greatest dad bod cheer squad in all the land, the Nanners. They are America's sweetest hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Banana Nanners. He is the king of potassium. Give it up for Split. At 10 feet 9 inches tall, he is the world's tallest banana ball player, Dakota Stoops Albritton. And he is the world's greatest dancing first and third base coach. Give it up for Maceo. Give it up for the Banana Ball cast, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, everybody. Is ready. All the players are ready, so it's now time for you, the fans, to get ready. So I need everyone here to get on your feet. I need all of you to get on your feet and help me welcome out 6-year-old Olivia. Olivia, over here. All right, everybody's ready for this game, but your job is very important. You have to get all these fans warmed up for this game, so whatever you do, they all have to do. You got some dance moves? Mm-hmm. Crank it, Shark. Show us what you got, Olivia. Oh, right into it. The sprinkler. We're trying to keep the rain away today. Pulp Fiction? How do you know this one? Oh, up, whoa! 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 I've never done that. Jumping jacks! Okay. Olivia, look around. You just got 5,000 people warmed up for this game today. Give it up one more time for my friend, Olivia!
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, and potassium enthusiasts from around the world, today, you and thousands of your friends here live and millions more watching at home have gathered here to witness something beyond your wildest imagination. From Montana to Savannah, from the Isle of Man to Tokyo, Japan, the Banana Maniacs come from across the globe to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the fastest, hungriest, and most entertaining players are forged. This is a game of the fans, by the fans, and for the fans. But this is not your granddad's pastime. This is not just another night at the ballpark. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide phenomenon by the grace of God. This is the time for all 5,500 people here in historic Grayson Stadium to get on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the greatest show in the sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball!
It is time for the starting lineup of your Savannah Bananas. Leading off the center fielder, number 5, DR the Doc Meadows. Right fielder, number 2, Reese Superman Alexiadis. At first base, number 9, Max Young Goldberg. In the cleanup spot at DH, number 19, Dan Oberst. At third base, he wears number 4, Kyle K.J. Jackson. Behind the plate, the captain, number 1, Bill Leroy. At second base, number 8, our greatest showman, Jackson Olsen. The left fielder, number 15, we call him Rat, Robert Anthony Cruz. At shortstop, number 6, our glove magician, Ryan Cox. And the extra hitter, number 18, Danny Do-It-All Hosley. On the mound for your Savannah Bananas today, number 88, Noah Nisnik. Your Savannah Bananas are led by Tyler Gillum, assisted by Adam Virant, Ryan Kellogg, Bryce Stoper, and Reggie Horton. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise if you're able and remove your caps. Here to honor America with the singing of today's national anthem, please welcome Savannah Joe.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Savannah Joe.
Kilts are back and better than ever. It is game 9 in the young history of the Banana Ball Championship League, the 330th Banana Ball game ever played. And it pits the 2-0 Savannah Bananas sans pants against the 0-2 Firefighters in this grand finale of a 6-game weekend all across Banana Land. The Nanners, a dominant 4-1 victory last night. The Firefighters, the home team this afternoon. We'll get a look at their defensive alignment.
Biko, the first thing you want to notice here, Eric Jones not in the lineup today. He's away from the team for a family event. Certainly wish him well there. So Mason Maxwell taking over at first base, the first start of the year for Zachary Bridges at catcher. The biggest thing for the Firefighters today, we mentioned it off the top, trick plays are of massive importance. Peanut Caden Green, already 4 on the year, but he can't do it all on his own. They have 10 trick plays in the first 2 games combined. Last night, the Bananas had 11 in just 1 game. They got to find a way to get tricky in the field, and it'll be easy to do with the guy they're playing defense behind in Jared Donaldson.
Yeah, Donnie had 5 trick plays himself last year in his 4th year as a Savannah Banana after he was a CPL Nanner the summer of 2022, then to the Summer Series, and of course 3 World Tours with the Savannah Bananas as well. It'll be fascinating to see how South Trimble factors into the Firefighters' defensive strategy today, as well as he's their designated fielder.
We might see the disappearing act trick out in left field. Lamar Sparks, of course, will bat with the designated fielder, and runner will be Smoke out on the base pads. He's been planning on trying to do a reverse tornado catch, trying to make a disappearing act catch. We'll see what happens, but Jared Donaldson for the first time against the Nanners, boys.
Can't wait to see how it unfolds. Donnie was the opening night starter for the Firefighters last Thursday night in Tallahassee. Now he gets to pitch against his former squad.
Bananas opted not to franchise him after the end of the 2025 World Tour. Firefighters drafted him in the second round of the draft last season. And so this is his 4th World Tour, but his first with the boys in Neon today. And for Jared Donaldson, 307 and a third innings pitched as a Savannah Banana. That's the 2nd most in franchise history. So it's a really big loss for the Nanners, a big get for the Firefighters and for Donaldson. Can't forget also, the guy had 232 strikeouts in his illustrious Bananas career, including 63 a season ago, the 2nd most on tour.
Let's get a gander at the Bananas starting lineup. As we mentioned on the pregame show, first time they get to be the away team since July 22nd, 2023. DR Meadows at the top of this lineup. Then Reese Alexiadis, Max Young-Goldberg, Dan Oberst cleaning it up, followed by Kyle Jackson, Bill Leroy, Jackson Olsen. The bottom 3 are Robert Anthony Cruz, Ryan Cox, and Danny Hosley.
And we saw the Bananas last night in 4 straight innings earn walk-offs against the Firefighters. Dan Oberst, Kyle Jackson had really big at-bats, leading the Bananas to points. And you can't forget the bottom of the lineup last night. Ryan Cox especially had a big impact with his triple and a walk-off ball four sprint.
The 6th game of the weekend in the BBCL is about to get its first pitch.
Time we get this show started, but we're going to need your help. When I count to 3, I need everyone here as loud as you can to say, start the clock. In 1, 2, 3. Showtime!
Leading off.
Mother Nature providing a little precipitation as we get underway. A drizzle as it's a splitter. The first pitch from Donnie against his former center fielder. And this is a rivalry that goes back to the Peach Belt Conference. Donaldson, the Peach Belt Pitcher of the Year in 2022, Southeast Region Pitcher of the Year at that. And his swan song at Georgia Southwestern State. DR, a rival over at Columbus State. Only faced a few times. DR batting 1,000 off of Donnie with a couple choppers over the third baseman, and their banana ball rivalry starts with a Donaldson strikeout.
He said all week long, this is one of those games that you circle on the calendar the second you know where you're playing. And on the first batter he faces, look at that, breaks out that beautiful bender of a slider, gets DR Meadows looking. He's going to mix in a curveball now that he's learned from his new teammate Johnny Hummel. Wonder how much he tries to mix it up against the guys he's been facing for a couple of years in practice.
Now Reese Alexiadis, ball and a strike on the Nanners right fielder. Got a quick look at his numbers there, fantastic. In his second Banana Ball World Tour, this is campaign number 3 for Super Reese, a fixture at the top of this lineup. All 3 games this year, he's been in the 2-hole. 1 for 3 on the season, a couple ball 4 sprints. Wow! Looked like it could have been a called strike 3. Hunter Ives says no, just missed.
You know who else thought it was a strike 3? Jared Donaldson. He was halfway off the mound.
Yeah, so did the entire Firefighters dugout, pouring out, having some word for Ives. But Jared Donaldson follows up that call with a punch out. He's trying to calm down his teammates over there in the dugout. But this is the exact start that Donnie was looking for, getting the whips early against Meadows and now Super Reese.
Max Young-Goldberg comes up empty on the fastball. Donaldson trying to strike out the side. He is 1 strike away from just that. Should be no surprise. 2 scoreless innings last Thursday night. As that one just misses. Zachary Bridges was ready to exit stage left. One-two to MJG. There it is! Jared Donaldson strikes out the side, his first frame against the Nanners.
Pack him!
Real stuff from Jared Donaldson, and that's 2 minutes and 29 seconds in which he strikes out the side against his former squad. Came in with that chip on his shoulder, and I'm telling you what, he wants to carve these guys up as long as the Firefighters keep him out there.
Well, that's a goose egg. An emphatic style. Quick look at the Bananas defensive alignment. Behind Noah Nisnik, left to right in the outfield, it's Rack, DR and Super Reese. In the infield, third to first, KJ Cox, Olsen, and Young Goldberg with Leroy behind the dish. Alex Ziegler is the designated fielder for the second time this year.
Well, again, the adjustment comes for the Bananas, not trying maybe as many between the legs trick plays as infielders, but more so focusing on behind the back transitions. And you see Alex Ziegler, the designated fielder for a second time this season. He'll likely be playing the middle innings at first base in place of Max Young Goldberg.
In the middle of it all, it's the southpaw out of St. Louis, Missouri, Noah Nisnik, here in his third World Tour, the 2024 Rookie of the Year, and as consistent a starting pitcher as the Bananas have had across the last couple tours.
And in his career, he is 7-0, pitching against the Firefighters in 14 games started, has a 3.95 earned run average against this squad, and has only allowed 10 ball four sprints in 43 1/3 innings pitched. So you see Noah Nisnik show his best command when pitching against the Firefighters.
Let's get a look at the Firefighters lineup.
The lineup starts with Tyner Hughes, who is called Tiny, but he has come up big in multiple situations for the Firefighters. 286 average in a couple of games, walk-off homer in Tallahassee. Caden Green in the 2 spot, hadn't batted there since his JUCO days. On the first pitch he sees, Tyner goes all the way to the track, rounding first, heading for second. He'll slide on easily, and the Firefighters, with one swing of the bat, put a runner in scoring position.
That's the inning-winning run in scoring position. Couldn't have scripted a better first pitch offensively for the Firefighters, as Green is ahead of the off-speed from Niz Nasty. Peanut's been the best bat for the Firefighters this young year. 3 for 5, a triple, a double. A walk-off to boot. And now a long run. Young Goldberg can't catch up to it. Quick 0-2 count on the Firefighters shortstop.
Quickly, Biko, this is the key to success we talked about right off the top of the broadcast. If you can get runners on base, you got to bring them home, especially with the 0 from Donnie. This is a massive sequence here now for the boys in the black and neon.
1-2 from Niz Nasty. Fouled away. Good job by Peanut to spoil the elevated fastball.
And the Firefighters are well aware of their shortcomings last night. Didn't record a single hit with guys in scoring position as Nisnik misses high and outside.
Didn't get their first run until the top of the 8th inning. Took a long time to finally get something going as Peanut goes right back up the middle. DR Meadows, tip catch right to himself. That'll move Tyner to third.
Look out, Tyner Hughes, as the rain's coming down, a little slippery on the turf. Almost took a tumble, able to keep his feet. So the Bananas strike first in the trick play department, but the inning-winning run 90 feet away now as you get another look at the Meadows tip drill. The frame in the hands of Dalton Cornett, infield in for the Bananas. The best bat from a year ago for the Firefighters after his first 3 tours spent with the Party Animals. Trying to give the boys in black and neon their first lead of the series. Cranked past the dive of MJG, and Cornett does just that. DC3 in the clutch. Firefighters up 1-0, 1 inning in.
He hit a few dead on the screws last night, just in the wrong spot. This time, DC3 in the right place. Tiny, climb that ladder! I want to wave to him, but I can't see him! Tyner, just know I love you down there! That's a massive first inning for the Firefighters to put up that one, and already working on the keys to success. The runner on third, DC3 brings him home, and now they go to the top of the second with a fire-hot Jared Donaldson on the mound, Biko.
Yeah, he was electric against the top 3 of the Nanners in the top of the first. 3 men up, 3 men down swinging. And that's 3 talented hitters right there as Jared Donaldson joins us on the mic from the mound. Donnie,
Binks, how we doing, bro?
What a start to the evening, my friend.
Come on now. How are y'all?
Fantastic. How good does it feel to be out there competing against so many of your friends on the other side of the diamond?
Dude, finally getting DR Meadows out in all my career of baseball was a great feeling.
Now, do you think you could have scripted a better start in your first inning of work against your former squad? Was there anything else that you were looking for outside of 3 punch-outs?
Dude, honestly, I don't know. I think that's about Golly, lift it up. I don't know, that was just unbelievable. Like the adrenaline, I didn't even know what to do after I got the guys out.
Yeah, you kept motioning like you were trying to calm the bench down. Was that you just trying to calm yourself down in the moment?
I think a little bit of both. Me and G-Baby were talking about it before the game. And I think it just kind of helped me find my six, because I know I might lost it out there a little bit.
All right, well, you've got 4, 5, 6 now.
Come on now, let's get them.
Oberst, KJ, and Leroy. And how poetic is it, Donnie? The last time you wore your lucky sliding pants that you had all through college was in Baton Rouge, 2024. That's the last time that the Bananas wore kilts.
Yeah, I think Paul Skeens can thank me for that. I think that's the reason behind all of his success.
You think he bogarted them?
Yeah, he definitely wears those every day. He'll probably wear those against Mexico tomorrow in the World Baseball Classic.
That's got to be the key to his Cy Young Award.
I mean, I would like to think so.
Donnie, this past week you went back to Georgia Southwestern, threw out a little first pitch out there. Was that better than what you just did in the first inning?
Dude, I don't know, just a whirlwind of emotions. That was unbelievable getting to be recognized again. Last time I was there was Conference Championship. That was pretty sweet.
Did you go splitter?
Oh yeah, come on now.
We get to face off against another D2 Warrior.
What do we got here? Good.
And Dan Oberst puts a good charge into that. Couple hops up against the fan wall. He's thinking 3. Relay from Peanut, not in time. And Dan Oberst, the defending triples champion, 6 3-baggers in 2025, has his first in the Banana Ball Championship League. Is that a slider there, Donnie?
Yeah, I just left it in the middle. Should have known better.
Well, now you get the red-hot Kyle Jackson. 2 for 4 on the tour. Both hits have left the yard. Looked like a pretty splitter-heavy first inning for you. That's a heck of a take from KJ. That was a good-looking pitch.
Ooh, is that in?
Nothing from Hunter Ives on whether it missed inside or a pinch low. That'll do. How about a 3-0 splitter?
I'll go right back to it.
You're a sick man. Wow, just
hey, where's that at?
misses.
Is that away?
Outside. Yeah, it looks like Hunter Ives said just a pinch out, and KJ just ahead of the tag from South Trimble, the 7th and final Firefighters defender.
I think this might be the last time I wear this on the field.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't think South Trimble ever really got a hold of that one. Ball 4 sprint defense was really good last night. Probably need to do the job a little bit more here on a Sunday afternoon.
The only guy that knows me better than me.
Donnie, is it weird to have someone else other than Eric Jones catching you?
I got all the trust in the world in ZB. That dude's a dog. What do we got here?
A little velo grunt against Billy Barrels.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. Tell you what, the splitter looks sharp. Slow tapper, Showtime, behind the back transfer.
ZB head wasn't up, my bad. Golly. Yeah, little Steve. Hey, that's on me. Oh, wow. I threw that ball like 37 miles an hour.
It did the job.
I think Bill Leroy was even surprised by the velocity on that one.
What's the plan of attacking?
Hey, that's got to be there.
Olsen. Yeah, that's a pretty good looking pitch, Donnie.
Yep.
There it is.
Ah. What you want here, Zach?
I want to see the new curveball, man. If it's there, let's see it.
Long time to shake to it. Darian McDowell able to haul it in.
All right, now let's work.
See, I never let you down, Jared Donaldson.
Hey, good job, Staten. Good job, Donnie.
All right, let's go.
Also was confused on which Zach he was talking to, Zachary Bridges or myself.
Yeah.
I inserted myself in there.
Here we go.
Yeah, I don't think Bridges can hear him, so
I would hope he couldn't.
I think you're the only Zach who can make such a decision.
He also goes by Zachary. I go by
Good
Zach.
call.
Is what it is.
All right, KJ on third, 1-0 count to Robert Anthony Cruz. Steady, diving splitters. That is Phil.
Your long-lost twin, Tyner Hughes, behind you had to scream at that one.
Woo! Golly, that one ran.
Chase City.
All right, let's do something cool here.
Sounds good to me.
I like it.
Slow tapper right side. Mason Maxwell will grab it in foul territory.
What you want right here? You're on the mic. What you want right here? Huh? Splitter, buddy. Come on.
Mason Maxwell calling the game now.
Does the drizzle affect the splitter at all? It doesn't look like it is.
Not one bit. It actually helps a little bit of humidity. I think
Fascinating.
Like that.
All right. Then we go pause, splitter, bottom of the zone, swing and miss.
That'll do.
Jared Donaldson, thank you so much for getting mic'd up.
Hey, as I say, chill.
I love chill, Donnie.
Great work, Donnie.
Guy's a cold-blooded killer. Another look at Donaldson's fourth strikeout of the ball game. Let's get it on down to Sam Bauman.
Of course, the legend himself, Reginald Horton. Coach, we've already seen what can happen when the Bananas are not the home team. We see a walk-off from the Firefighters the first inning. What's the mentality for your guys out here switching things up?
It's a great question, Sam. Seventh time that we're playing as the visitors, and so slightly different dynamic. You got to score runs early. You just got to keep the foot on the gas pedal there. Then you have to have lockdown pitching to hold that inning. So it's going to be a fun, unique challenge for us this year.
Any nervousness with the kilts and the between the legs transfers on the trick plays? I know it's great for airflow, but you got to be worried about trick plays maybe?
It's next level for airflow. Trick plays, those transfers, we worked on those a lot. We practiced during this week, so guys can get really comfortable with them. But it's something where you might not see a lot of transfers, but we're still going to see electric trick plays.
Right. And Coach here, what was the message to the boys today? Bananas, the away team, Reggie.
That means they got to be more locked in, more tapped in. Because we're on the road now, and we're playing at a Banana Ball Championship League now. The BBCL, and it's very important for the guys to be tapped in, locked in, motivated. They got to take this team seriously. We got to go and take another W today on the road. And we're going to be, come on!
You guys got that? You guys got that?
Loud and clear, Sam.
Yeah, I do, Sam. Come on.
Thank you, SB. Thanks, Viro and Reggie. Did Logan Lacey go? No, says Cal Ullman, the first base umpire. So the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nisnik out for his second inning of work. He's got 4, 5, and 6 in the Firefighters lineup.
Of course, Lacey's only hit of the season came in Tallahassee, double off the wall. Outside of that, his bat's been pretty cold. And it'll stay that way.
Flicks this one to Super Reese. Alexiadis eyeing it up. Tornado catch. You bet. And the Nanners back in front by 1 when it comes to trick plays.
Yeah, impressive stuff from Super Reese and Noah Nisnik last season. 48% of his outs included trick plays, so the Bananas are very comfortable when he's on the pitcher's mound. Reese Alexiadis ready to receive that one, and great execution from Nisnik, going to the circle changeup, full count on the outside corner there against Lacey.
Darian McDowell skies this one to right. Another chance for Alexiadis. This time a tip drill into the straw hat. On the last 3 pitches, 2 trick plays from Super Reese and right. And there's Mason Maxwell.
What are the Huskies doing? husband's name? And
Mad Max with the walk-up. He represents the inning-tying run after a couple quick outs for Nisnik here in the second. Nanners trying to tie this game up.
You know, I told the powers that be that if they needed somebody to be cast to play Rufus, the naked mole rat, I was available, but they turned down my offer.
Yeah, that was a little Kim Possible action.
Right.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me action.
I've always said that. 2-1 count on the Firefighters' 11th round draft pick, a guy beloved in this clubhouse. Team absolutely thrilled to see one of their glue guys back in the Firefighters locker room.
One of the things that's made him really enticing to take is the fact that he switched back up to first base. So when you don't have Eric Jones, you can rely on him. That one fouled off his foot. That had to hurt.
Yeah, good trick play guy over at 1B.
Correct. See him break out the behind the back catch above the head a couple different times. Last night put a couple good swings on the ball, but that will not be here.
Robert Anthony Cruz, backflip catch, strike a pose. 3 trick plays, all from the Nanners outfield. They lead 4-1 in trick plays. They tie the game at 1 point each.
Corner outfielder shining in the second inning. 2 from Super Reese and the first rack flip in 2026. We are even at 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a question for you. Who here loves babies? Anybody love babies? We love babies here in Banana Ball, and that brings me, it's about 4:30, so that means it's time to feed the babies. So we're gonna have a race, ladies and gentlemen. 2 babies are gonna start way out in center field. They have to run to second base, chug their bottles, and then get home to their mommies who are going to burp them after they feed them. Let's go ahead and meet our babies. There's our babies. We've got baby Matt and baby Paul. They've got diapers and bibs, and they are ready to get fed here at Grayson Stadium. This is the baby daddy race. Gentlemen, on your marks, get set, go! Here they come. They're coming in hot. Look at those babies go. Fastest babies in the land. We got Paul and we got Matt. That's a really tan baby. He's very tan for a baby. All right, chug those baby bottles. There it is. Oh, they're a little gassy. I can tell already. I can see it in their faces. They got to come in. Paul gets in first. She's got to burp one. I think we got it over here, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the winner of the baby daddy race. It's Paul. Oh, those diapers are something else. Give it up for the baby daddy race, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, alrighty then.
Were they having to burp at the end?
I honestly don't want to know. I'm just going to focus back on the Banana Ball game. It's a good one that we've got on our hands. Chock full of storylines. Jared Donaldson has 9-10-1 in the Bananas lineup. Ryan Cox, Danny Hosley, and then DR back at the top, as we're knotted at 1 point each. Donnie struck out the side in the first. Set up a Tyner Hughes double and Dalton Cornett walk-off single to win the inning. But then a leadoff triple from Dan Oberst, followed up by a Kyle Jackson RBI ball 4 sprint. It was enough offense for Noah Nisnik and company to knock things up. Now Coxie 2 for 2 on this young tour with the ball 4 sprint. Infallible with the bat thus far.
His triple last night really changed the complexion of the game for the Bananas against Bradford Webb. Long inning, long at bat. 3-2 count, and he goes to triples alley.
Yeah, you're spot on. It was 8 up, 8 down until Cox had the 2-out triple in the third, and that turned into the first point for the Nanners. The Ty Jackson RBI double that followed it, and that started 4 straight innings of Bananas walk-offs. Payoff pitch here. There's another sprint, so Ryan Cox still yet to be retired here in his 5th Banana Ball World Tour. Known for his talents with the mitt, but gets just more and more valuable every season with the stick as JT Sokolov, the designated runner, will take over at first base for his shortstop.
Got to see JT finally enter last night's contest. Stole a bag, was able to score an inning-winning run for the Savannah Bananas. This guy's just a really intelligent base runner, and the Firefighters well aware of that as Donnie checks on him at first.
Yeah, Sokolov did not get inserted last Saturday night in Tallahassee. First time on the bases in his Banana Ball career, swiped second, came around to score an inning-winning run. Check on him here from ZB. He's back in plenty of time. Sokolov, guy who spent 3 years at Illinois State, then finished up in 2025 at Michigan State, his dream school. Grew up a huge Spartan fan, as Hosley slaps it right back through the middle. 2 on with no outs. Across his college career, JT 51 for 57 in his stolen base tries. Big goal of his, naturally, should surprise nobody, is leading the inaugural season of the BBCL in swiped bases. Back at the top, a ball and a strike on DR Meadows, a victim of the Donnie splitter his first time. Went down swinging. Chops this one. Nice jumping grab by Donaldson. Throw to second offline, though. Boy, you need an out there if you're the Firefighters. Hosley and safe at second. Bases are loaded, still no outs.
You can see exactly where he's thinking, too. Just wants to get that runner at second, opens up a double play. Great job to get it fielded in, but then the throw low, Tiny can't catch up to it. Now all of a sudden, bases loaded, nobody away for Reese.
Yeah, you just can't blame Jared Donaldson. That's exactly where the momentum was taking him as he fielded that ball towards second base rather than trying to turn himself around and throw to first. Just unfortunately a little bit of an errant throw. Now loads the bases for Reese.
The 1-1 clings off the mitt of Zachary Bridges. 2 balls and a strike. Nowhere to put Reese Alexiadis, who set the Bananas single-season home run record a year ago with 13 taters. Hunting his first career Banana Ball Grand Slam. Not for lack of trying on his 2 whiffs so far in this battle. Now the 2-2 from Donnie. Just misses the inside corner with the splitter.
This is where Super Reese came up big for the Nanners. 5 of those 13 home runs last season were 3-run bombs. Still looking for the grand salami.
Bases loaded, payoff pitch. Launched deep down the right field line and way foul. So we get to do it again. Sokolov off third, Hosley off second, Meadows off first, no outs. Tie game here in the top of the third. Another 3-2 and Donaldson gets Alexiadis swinging. 5th K of the day for Donnie.
And it's a big one, too, because now it sets up a potential double play to get out of the frame. That's a massive strikeout for Donnie just to get his confidence going. Hasn't really mowed down like he did in the first inning. What's KJ doing here?
Well, it's Max Young-Goldberg due to swing it. I don't know where KJ is. Oh, there he is. He's got the helmet on. But MJG is going to be the one who swings it. Currently without protection for his noggin.
And the double Dutch bus.
MJG. What an unbelievable first walk-up here in his rookie campaign. It's a TikTok trend. Finally has that elusive helmet. Deep breath and a foul ball. MJG, a victim of the splitter his first time. Down on strikes. 1-1 on the kid out of Palo Alto, California. Make it 2-1. Does not bite on the splitter.
Really trying to work down on the zone here against Max Young Goldberg as well, and so far, the last 2 pitches kind of biting the turf.
Excellent job by Donnie to even up the count once again.
Well, the approaches look different for the Bananas as well since the first inning. A lot of guys were getting overly aggressive against Jared Donaldson. You haven't exactly seen the same approach since. As you see, Young Goldberg spitting on the splitter once again in that turf and making this a second consecutive full count pitch for Jared Donaldson.
MJG caught looking, just window shopping. Right down the chute on the 3-2 splitter. Donnie up to 6 punchies.
Just froze him up top. MJG thought he had it all figured out. Instead, Donnie with the veteran pitch to get the rookie out. And now just 1 out away from getting out of major trouble. But Danny bats up to bat.
Splitter gets the bottom of the zone. Bases were loaded with no outs. Now there are 2 down. The Nanners designated hitter down to his final strike. Can Donnie escape? Chopper to Logan Lacey, fielded between the legs. He goes the short way to second. It's a noble tiger for Jared Donaldson. Bags were full with no outs. Nobody scores.
The poise from Jared Donaldson on Donnie Day nonetheless. Logan Lacey with the second trick play of the game. Firefighters try to go for it in the bottom half.
Across the United States, there are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. To raise awareness and support this community, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Today, we are celebrating the Baker family. Rick and Valerie opened their home to children in need 35 years ago. Their passion is keeping siblings together while in foster care and preparing them to thrive in adulthood. In total, Rick and Valerie have welcomed over 85 children and teens into their home. Fans, please join me in celebrating this amazing family for making a difference in our community.
Always beautiful to see our Bananas Foster family of the game honored here in Banana Land. Cowboy Kyle Lewis taking over for Noah Nisnik. The 9-year Banana gets to make his 2026 Grayson Stadium debut.
And looked really sharp in Tallahassee last weekend. Induced 2 trick plays, collected a strikeout all in less than 3 minutes And last season, Kyle had a 3.64 earned run average in Grayson Stadium, only allowed 2 sprints, and racked up 16 strikeouts.
How about Ryan Cox here in his 5th World Tour, rocking the kilts for a 4th time, mic'd up. Coxie, how good does it feel to have a little more aeration on the downstairs?
It feels good. My first game in Banana Land, we played in the kilts, and I made, still to this day, one of my coolest plays in Banana Land. Made a nice diving play down the left field line. So I think the aeration allowed me to run a little faster.
More aerodynamic. It's great to think about the tenure there as we honor our firefighter of the night. Walking up to the dish with Dakota McFadden. That was the first ever banana ball game with the guys' rocket kilts. Now, how does it affect you in the trick play department?
A little less in between the legs mobility, so you might see some behind the back stuff, you know, some bounces, kind of keep it simple. This is an opportunity here for me and KJ to get this little double trick play we're working on.
Quick 0-2 count on D-Mac here in his 6th World Tour. One of the few guys more tenured than you. And a wild swing and a miss. That's a sword. Nasty slider from Cowboy Kyle, who looks sharp as ever here in year number 9.
There it is.
Little belt buckle shuffle.
What a staple of Banana Land that is.
How happy were you to hear his name called in the 3rd round of the player draft?
Unbelievably happy. I mean, this place isn't what it is without the Princes here. Prince Kyle and Prince Bill, and that duo. You know, they did the thing last week where they, you know, get their little groove on. So it's nothing without these two. Their hard work. We got a dance?
Yeah, speaking of getting their groove on, Bill and Noah Bridges, former teammates, teaming up on a boogie. A little something, something. How about the angle for Hunter Ives? Front and center for that. Home plate umpire. Up close and personal. Well, Kyle and Bill have been here since 2018, but you kind of had an idea of what was going on around here since 2017 when you were on the Gastonia Grizzlies, the Cole's first Coastal Plain League ball club. How crazy it to see it from the Grizzlies days, only the 2nd year of the Bananas, to what it's become.
I'll tell you what, when we had to come play here on the road and it was a Wednesday doubleheader and it was sold out for both games, you're looking at this place and there was a first baseman from the University of Georgia. He hit a ball off what was the high wall in right. And bases loaded. I'm trying to run out for a double cut, and it was the first time in my life that I couldn't hear myself think. So it's a lot friendlier being on this side. And I mean, obviously just super grateful to the Coles to have me involved in Gastonia and give me that opportunity to continue it here and to see what this sport has grown into is beautiful. I mean, we got 3 games on YouTube today and yesterday. We were watching clowns, party animals, and coconuts tailgaters today in the locker room, getting ready for this. And just so much more meaningful out here. You know, what we do for trick plays or pace of play, just to know the sport's growing in such a tremendous fashion.
You just gave me chills up here, Coxie.
I love this place, man. I love this sport. I love these guys. It's a one-on-one opportunity.
Zachary Bridges, bouncing ball. Kyle Jackson between the legs. Alex Ziegler between the legs. Scoop. Double trick play.
Boys
and you love
fire.
to see that, Ryan Cox. A 1, 2, 3 for Cowboy Kyle. Coxie, as always, love getting to chat, my friend. Love
Best
you
of
too.
luck the rest of the way, Coxie.
Bananas Nation loves to see it. We would have liked to get to chat with Ryan Cox for a little longer, but you take what you get in Banana Ball. Banana Band blasting away as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Heck of a ball game on our hands. Currently tied at 1 point each. And the man in his 8th year here in Banana Land, Mr. Electric himself, Christian Dearman, bringing in all of his defenders around the mound. I have to think some shenanigans are afoot. Yeah, Dearman, what do you got? I think this is the Rasputin. Got his fan club up close and personal. You guys ever pull this one off on Just Dance?
I never did, no. I wasn't really good at Just Dance.
My parents didn't allow me to play Just Dance.
Why
not? It was like a Footloose kind of thing. We didn't believe in dancing.
Right now he might be doing the rain dance because it's in a pour here.
The family where both your parents and your brother all play musical instruments and they didn't believe in dancing?
I was not allowed to dance when they played. You laugh. It's not funny to me.
It's pretty,
am I chuckling?
It's pretty
I'm
funny.
Not.
It's pretty funny to me. So Tony, Margie, Jacob, they're blasting away on their respective instruments and you just have to sit there, can't even tap your foot?
I'm just sitting there with my hands in my lap, okay?
Right. Is there anything going on in your mind? Any sort of like
sitting
rhythm tap?
upright, nice posture. Showing them respect.
Keeping your nose clean.
These are artists at work.
Kyle Jackson with a 1-2 count as the rain intensifies here at Grayson Stadium. It was trickling down through the first 3 innings. I would classify this as a downpour, as it's now deuces to K-Jack. Leroy on deck, Olsen in the hole. And another foul ball. This is a good chance for the fans. And none of them were looking.
All trying to escape the rain, and they should be looking up at the skies for literally anything else.
Another 2-2. Another foul ball.
Hello?
KJ drove in what ended up being the inning-winning run with a ball 4 sprint back in the 2nd. So he's up to 3 sprints on the year. As he loops that one towards center, Noah Bridges charging in, diving, can't make the play. The ball gets behind him. KJ is going to get himself a hustle double. And waves to Bridges in center afterwards, says thank you for an extra base, sir.
Yeah, not sure if he was a little confused about whether to dive or maybe there's a slip on the turf with the rain falling as well. Either way, a tough start for Christian Dearman, already a man in scoring position, and it would appear that we are now going into a lightning delay here in Grayson Stadium.
Start the clock
I like
again.
That. It's kind of funny.
Resume the clock.
Yes.
Press play on the clock. A lot of options there, but
I
the
think
clock is ticking.
Resume the clock, I like the best.
Yeah, because restart kind of seems like it's going back to the 2 hours. How about Bill Leroy? First pitch back in action. Kyle Jackson racing around. He will score. RBI single for the 9-year Nanner. His first knock of 2026. And the Nanners with their 2nd run driven in of the ball game. We're right back to it. And KJ leading the boys in a silly little ditty. Banana ball. It's like we never left. So Kyle Jackson drove in the inning-winning run with that aforementioned sprint back in the 2nd. He now scores for the first time today on the first hit and run batted in of Bill Leroy in his 9th campaign.
Just an ambush on Dearman's very first pitch. This comes following a 1 hour and 21 minute delay. And Leroy able to just hang in there against Christian Dearman, put the Bananas on the board, and this is momentum. They want to ride the rest of this way following that delay.
And you have to wonder, too, for Christian Dearman, this is his season debut in 2026, and it gets interrupted immediately after giving up a double on the first pitch he throws. It's an RBI single. He wants to be perfect, but he's going to have to be here for the Firefighters to have a shot in the inning.
Check on Bill Leroy as Dearman's facing 2nd, and now he'll 180 and set his sights back on Jackson Olsen, who is thrilled about it. Smoked into right, Leroy will go station to station as McDowell gets it in quickly. The great 8, 1 for 2 on the afternoon, now 3 for 6 on the tour. Hot start to tour number 4 for the kid out of New Milford, Connecticut.
And you're just seeing a lot of confidence from Jackson Olsen at the plate in the field right now. He batted just .231 a season ago, which by his standards was certainly disappointing. But he was red hot throughout spring training. That's continued as now Robert Anthony Cruz has this one squirt underneath the mitt of Mason Maxwell. Leroy getting the wave home, and he will slide in safely. Bananas 3 straight knocks to open up the game following the delay. And multiple runs on the board. Now 2-0 Nanners in the 4th.
And each of these knocks, absolute backspun barrels. Leroy, Olsen, and Cruz ready to rumble. Now Ryan Cox digs in. Coxie yet to be retired in 2026.
We see Javon Ray running in from the bullpen. You got to wonder at some point if Christian Dearman can't find a way to get out of the jam, do we see Javon go ahead and get inserted in this inning? Know he's supposed to get some work here at some point. Does he come in here in the top half of the 4th?
2-0 coming from Dearman. Cruz dancing off first. And that's 3 straight bad ones to Cox, just missing the outside corner. Hunt arrives, lets Dearman know. Coxie worked a sprint his first time, and the 3-0 gets the zone. 2 ball, 4 sprints, a single and a triple across the 4 plate appearances in tour number 5 so far for the Glove Magician. He's got runners on the corners. The 3-1 with Cruz taking off is ball 4. Olsen will score easily. Rack didn't know it was ball 4. Slid into second. Now gets the motor going again and will park it at third. And that's 3 runs across here in the top of the 4th for the Nanners.
And Javon Ray is coming in here as Christian Dearman pats on the rosin. I don't even think he knows it yet. Javon's going to take the ball and try to get the Firefighters out of a corner runner's damage here.
So Cox with his first stake of 2026. G-Ray will come in with runners on the corners and no outs. Take a look at his numbers in his rookie campaign a year ago.
Yeah, Baby G came in last week in Florida State in the 7th inning, gave up a couple of runs against the Loco Beach Coconuts. This is a lot of potential here with Javon Ray. He's very athletic, 5-pitch mix. But the one thing they desperately needed to do is find ways to come into games and get outs. There's been a lot of damage induced against Javon. Maybe this is a perfect opportunity for him to show exactly what he's made of as he puts one into the turf on his first pitch here.
Danny Hosley, dangerous man lurking in the 10-hole. JT Sokolov takes off for second, and the Nanners designated runner in safely. A perfect 2 for 2. In his stolen base tries in his young career. Two-1 count on Hosley. And I beg your pardon, that was Coxie's 2nd RBI of 2026. Had one last night. It's not on bananaball.com/stats. That will be updated. As Hosley drives this one deep out to right center. Bridges in pursuit. Nice running snag. Easy sack fly as Cruz comes in. Big stop sign for Sokolov. And now a 4 spot for the Nanners, with another man 90 feet away and 1 out finally.
Noah Bridges manning center field for the first time this season. First time since 2025, early on since Ron Franklin took over that spot in the summer. Of course, in the spot of Armando Becerra, who again we send our thoughts and prayers to. Mourning the passing of his father as Tyner Hughes goes behind the back and over to Mason Maxwell. Even though that's the 5th run to come across for the Savannah Bananas, the Firefighters at least get a trick play out of it and draw to a 6-3 deficit in that category.
Yeah, DR now 0 for 3 on the day. He picks up his 2nd ribeye of the tour. That big looping bender in there for G-Ray. As you can see, the Bananas 6 trick plays, the Firefighters 3. Nanners First game ever as the away team with the Equalizer Point in play. And hungry to earn it, as you can imagine. Off the end of the bat, out to right center. McDowell under the leg. Heck of a trick play from the Banana Ball rookie. His second of the tour and the best yet from Premium.
That's right, they call him Premium, and for good reason. That was Prime, stumbling, bumbling, but did not fumble it. Darian McDowell rescues the inning. Firefighters need 5 in the bottom half to draw even here in the bottom of the 4th.
Stadium. And not only do I need you on your feet, I also need you to put your hands up in the air. Hands up in the air, because it's time for a little Hey Baby. Sing a little louder. Keep clapping, Savannah. We're going to shuffle it out. All right, get ready.
Bo the Beaver, Princess Potassia, and company. Hey babying as the skies have cleared. We are back to Banana Ball. My big takeaway from that round of Hey Baby, Austin Drury might have the wryest of all smiles in Banana Land. He's got a silly little smile, that guy.
I kind of noticed that on Banana Land at sea.
Me too. But it really just hit me.
I like that guy.
I do too. That's funny. It's like he's always got a secret that he's got in the back of his mind or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. We'll have AD mic'd up in the near future. We can ask him so that everybody on the broadcast can find out. Lamar Sparks in the 10-hole, kicking off the last of the 4th.
The Firefighters would really like to get Lamar Sparks some sort of action here. He's the donut batter in this game. But they just want to get him some sort of confidence. He hasn't started yet in the field. When they have put him in the game, it's to hit. Got one secret peel, struck out his only time at FSU. But this is a guy, when his bat gets going, boy, can he light it up in the power column, too. Went to Missoula, Montana, as he ropes that one into left field, and that'll do the job. So he goes around first. He is flying for second. That one got all the way to the track. And how about that to spark up something for the Firefighters from Lamar Sparks? Former 5th-round pick of the Baltimore Orioles in 2017. Little up and down career in the minor leagues, but went to Missoula, Montana, the Pioneer League in 2022. Tore it up to the tune of a .399 average and 18 home runs. That swing will look much more like it for Lamar.
Yeah, right on time. How about first career Banana Ball hit, extra base hit at that. Well struck double, first Firefighter to reach against Cowboy Kyle, who set down McFadden and the Bridges brothers in order. Couple punch outs and a ground out in the bottom of the 3rd. 0-2 to Tyner Hughes. Back to Kyle, right through the legs. Olsen, gonna be a tough play, not in time. Tyner can fly. Never a chance for the great 8, so an infield single for Tiny, who's 2 for 2 on the afternoon, doubled his first time.
I'll tell you what, man, Tiny's been a very important player for this Firefighter squad with the injuries that have gone on, with a couple of shifting around the positions. He's been mighty effective at second base and with the bat in his hands, and he's going for second, and he might have been a little slow on the draw.
Bill Leroy guns down Hughes. And that's a base running blunder right there for the Firefighters. They're trailing by 5 runs in this inning.
I mean, it's just trying to do too much too early in an inning situation if you're Tyner Hughes. Meanwhile, for Bill Leroy, already 2 guys that he's caught stealing this season. That's a really nice start for the Bananas backstop.
Yeah, Bill gunned down Sparks last night trying to swipe second. Peter just misses high. Fun history between Caden Green and Kyle Lewis. First time they faced off was pros versus college guys in 2022 as Cox fields it between the legs. Over to first, Ziggy between the legs, scoop, his second of the afternoon. Another double trick play for the Nanners. They have doubled up the Firefighters in that department.
This is the impact of the designated fielder for the Savannah Bananas. They love what Alex Ziegler can do. He has always been strong with trick plays. The bat hasn't always translated like he'd like, but he had 37 back in 2024, pushed all the first basemen to get better, and I think he's going to do very much the same thing as this one dribbles foul, and you get another look at what Ziegler can do, trying the tornado spin, fielding that one.
0-1 coming to Dalton Cornett, big smile on Kyle's face. Always a blast when you get to throw to your battery mate of the last 9 years in Banana Land, the last 10 years when go back to those guys being freshmen together at the University of North Georgia. Kyle went to the Valley League first summer after his college career started, and then Bill and Kyle have played just about every single season of baseball together since the summer after their sophomore years. Outside of Kyle's last spring at Jacksonville State. Roller to the right side. Jackson Olsen, the kick trick, Ziggy between the legs again. It's not deja vu, it's Alex Ziegler. A difference maker over at 1B. Back-to-back double trick plays. And now it's 10 for the Nanners, still just 4 for the Firefighters.
Well, we have something of our own. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome over to the umpiring position at third base, the Banana Ball Robot Umpire.
Umpire spotted for a second straight night here in Savannah. Only in Banana Land.
We still don't have an official name for the robo-ump.
Right.
It's not like Claude, you know?
No, it's just...
We've been talking a lot about Claude.
Yes, we have. Trying to figure out. Maybe we can ask Claude what we should name the robo-ump.
That's a great idea.
Chat here on the Savannah Bananas YouTube channel. I would love to see any ideas you may have on the robo-ump. As look out! Split flying across. Javon Ray able to sidestep the Bananas mascot and gets a strike on the pitch as well ahead of Max Young Goldberg 0-2.
Split stuck. That one goes up the middle. He's in big trouble.
I think Split's feeling kind of embarrassed right now. I wouldn't want to get up if I were him either.
Kind of in a similar position that you were stating on the south side in the barrel when you were turned on your side.
Yeah, Eric Jones was up at the plate, and I thought I was about to have brain damage for life as that one goes into the dirt, ball 3. Split is not moved. Oh, now he's moving. He and Robo-Ump are both stuck. I think one's glitching, the other's embarrassed. Perhaps the floppy disk on Robo-Ump needs to be changed.
This count has gone from 0-2 to 3-2 as MJG fouls off that big curveball. 5-pitch mix.
Split just
from
twerked,
G-Ray,
by the way.
Naturally. As he's been known to do, shattered bat, another foul ball.
People twerking Banana Land?
From time to time, Zach, from time to time.
Oh, Split got up!
And we get another look. I mean, Javon Ray didn't break a sweat sidestepping world's strongest banana.
And he threw a strike afterwards. Don't let that be forgotten. You can't overlook that.
Told you he was athletic for a reason, as Mason Maxwell lets that one go by him on the dive, and Max Young Goldberg is onto the ponds.
Couple strikeouts his first two times through the order for MJG's, 1 for 3 now. And the table's set for Dan Oberst. Tripled his first time, came around to score the inning-winning run in the second inning. Oh boy, wow. Goldberg just able to get back in time.
I think the throw from G-Ray had him beat. It was just a little bit to the right. Otherwise, boy, that looks like Max Young Goldberg got beat.
And Oberst, a little excuse me swing on what was supposed to be a front door bender. Still 0-2 on the pride of Largo, Florida. Moved down to the St. Pete area at 8 years old after growing up on Long Island. Nice play by Mad Max to keep that ball in the infield. Chopper foul, good job by Javon Ray to continue to pound the zone in attack mode, still ahead 1-2.
Yeah, and I think Dan Oberst has a very aggressive approach right now against Javon Ray, considering last season faced him twice, got hits off of G-Ray both times.
Another go! Oh, there he goes! Goldberg gunned down at first. He was fooled again on the Javon Ray pickoff. This time pays the iron price.
Javon Ray, head on a swivel, finds a way on Max Young Goldberg as we have a challenge, and it might be for good reason.
Yeah, that's a very good challenge. Reminder in Banana Ball, each team comes into a game with one challenge. When they use it, if the call is overturned on the field, they get to keep the challenge. And from what we're seeing from this high first base camera, MJG was able to get that right hand in before the tag came in from Maxwell. Maybe wondering why a guy who's known for his bat, I mean, we've talked multiple times this year about his record-setting 130 RBIs last year in the Pioneer League with the Boise Hawks, is taking such big leads off first base. He swiped 10 bags last year. Like, it's not the primary part of his game, but he will run.
And here's the thing, he's playing under Tyler Gillum, and his whole philosophy is that green light special, putting pressure on defenders and swiping bags. So Young Goldberg's trying to adopt that.
On the field is overturned. Runner is safe.
So the Bananas retain their challenge. First call we've had challenged today. Firefighters and the fans had successful challenges last night. Successful check swing there from Dan Oberst as he's worked the count from 0-2 to 2-2. Hot shot. Will be down for a base knockout to left center. Goldberg will stay put at second. Excellent throw in from Noah Bridges. And a pair of singles to open up the fifth inning for the Nanners.
And they are putting up scrappy at-bats right now against Javon Ray, and it's worked out in both scenarios. Young Goldberg, an 8-pitch battle, and then getting the single, and Dan Oberst, how about 7 pitches against Ray before lining that one up the chute?
Kyle Jackson digs in. It's been a good day so far, as you saw on the graphic. RBI sprint his first time. Double and a run scored just an inning ago. And he's ahead 2-0.
One of the places Javon really wants to work on this season is his off-speed stuff, but he also really wants to work a little bit higher in the zone, and right now everything is low.
KJ hunting his 3rd homer of the tour. Currently the only man with more than 1 here in Banana Land. Liner right to Mason Maxwell. Heads up base running. Dan Oberst, pro's pro. Back to the bag ahead of Mad Max.
Onto the range, Mason Maxwell can have at first base. It's a line drive right to him, but he finds a way to get over there. Kyle Jackson gives him a tip of the hat as Bill Leroy gets everybody clapping. Races right to the line. If he does it, man, that's trouble in the corner. Dan Obers might be able to score all the way from first. Instead, Mad Max gets it out on the board for the Fighters.
Oh yeah, and Goldberg certainly would have come in from second. So big play there from Maxwell. Bill Leroy started the resumed part of our ball game. First pitch from Christian Dearman, a hot shot for an RBI single into left. And he puts good one on this one. Darian McDowell able to range back and snag it. Young Goldberg will tag and advance to third. Runners on the corners with 2 down now.
Yeah, Darian McDowell's proven to be a very rangy outfielder as well out in right field. We've seen a trick play flash from him there. It's not an easy ball to read, but he finds a way to get right underneath it, get it put out. Now runners on the corners, but 2 away. Javon finds the right pitch here. He can get out of this with no damage done.
Chopper up the middle. Caden Green will grab it and step on second base, picking up a trick play along the way as well. So 5th trick play of the ball game for the Firefighters. Heck of a job by Javon Ray to escape a sticky situation. Austin Temple and company hurl t-shirts at the folks here in Grayson Stadium. Let's take a look at how we have gotten to the middle of the 5th inning today. Jared Donaldson struck out the side in the 1st inning, was preaching calm guys, and then it only took 3 batters for a Tyner Hughes double and then a Dalton Cornett single to walk off the 1st inning. Firefighters were up 1 early. Robert Anthony Cruz, great to see the first rack flip of tour number 3 for the California kid, and Donnie right back to it. Absolutely filthy stuff. Got Goldberg and Alexiadis twice each. 6 strikeouts on the afternoon for Donaldson, and then the Bananas poured it on in the 4th inning. The double from KJ was the last ball in play we had before the delay, and then when we resumed, a 5 spot for the Nanners, who lead 2-1 in points. Jacob Bezala, the new man on the mound for the Nanners. So we've seen Noah Nisnik, Kyle Lewis, a couple veterans, and now we start to get into this really impressive rookie class in the Bananas bullpen.
Yeah, and he was a 10th round pick for the Savannah Bananas, and honestly a steal. I had him pretty high on my big board as far as the right-hander's concerned, and he's worked quick, gets 1 pitch, and Kyle Jackson makes another leaping grab at the hot corner this season for the Bananas. Had one against Jason Arendt on opening night in Tallahassee. Now robs Logan Lacey of extra bases.
Double L at this point's got to be wondering, what do I have to do to get one to land? He puts that one at the charge. That one goes right to Ryan Cox. Flips it over to KJ between the legs and away from Ziegler, who tried the tornado catch. Darren McDowell on his way to second, sliding in time. We saw the tandem play from Coxie and KJ last night. It did not work, and it doesn't work here as Ziegler tries to go with the spin. Darren McDowell says, thank you very much, I'll go to second. And now for the first time, smoke on the base pads out at second, South Trimble.
Who gets the trick play miss there, Josh?
That would be on Kyle Jackson.
I agree. That was a tough one. Cox kind of tossed his third baseman a hot potato there. I think McDowell was going to beat the rap even if Ziggy caught that throw. And now we get to focus in on Bezala. His first ever 5-2-2. It's going to be a 5-3-2, 5th inning, 3rd batter, 2nd pitch. And it's a strike, and it's served out into left field. Robert Anthony Cruz ranging over will catch it the old-fashioned way. If there was not a runner on second, I think we had a good chance at another rack flip, but good situational thinking there from the Banana Ball vet.
And you know, it makes a lot of sense that Bezala would get the dance here in the 5th inning, considering his mom owned a dance studio when he was growing up, and he was dancing from ages 4 through 12 before he fully decided to commit to playing baseball.
Dakota McFadden in shallow right, and Jackson Olsen able to avoid a charging Danny Hosley, and a heck of a job there from Jacob Azela.
How about this, the rookie, the first full inning he gets to throw in his banana ball career, it finishes in 1 minute and 50 seconds. Great stuff from Big Red on the pitcher's mound.
The pride of North Huntington, Pennsylvania. Nice start to his banana ball career.
That serve this great country as we salute our hometown heroes of the night. We thank you for your service and commitment to our great country. To our police officers, to our firefighters, to our nurses, to our EMS workers, to our dispatchers, and to our school teachers. The Bananas and Firefighters say thank you so very much.
Well, Bo climbs the ladder out beyond the outfield wall. Great to see Zach Phillips on the bump for a second straight night, the legendary Nanner, after 3 years in the yellow and white. Heck of a start to his Firefighters career last night, a 1-2-3 frame, couple punch outs.
Yes, sub 2 minute inning for Philly yet again. 28 of his young career. That now ties him for the second most in banana ball history with Drew Gillespie. And he breaks the bat of Robert Anthony Cruz. Hughes avoids it, transitions between the legs. And how about these Firefighters starting to make a comeback, trying to earn that equalizer point?
It would be massive too, because right now they'd be down 3-1, but Tyner took his time, and then Mason Maxwell has been so good with that barehanded stab at first. Seen a couple of triple trick play, double plays, ended with that. This time makes it look easy. That bat got all the way to Tiny, by the way.
Ryan Cox, jam shot, shallow left, and Peanut called off by South Trimble. Twirling behind the back, catch for Smoke. Heck of a trick play for the Firefighters designated fielder.
The Magic Man makes it disappear. He said he wants to hit the tornado catch and then a reverse tornado catch, one down, maybe a couple to go. And by the way, Zach Phillips still under a minute, and he's already got 2 done.
Attacking his former teammate Ty Jackson, who comes off the bench to swing it in Danny Hosley's spot here at the bottom of the Nanners order. Off the end of the bat, Noah Bridges eyeing it up. Tip drill. No! Bridges boofs it. Ty will reverse course and scramble back to first in time. Would have been a lightning quick inning for Philly, but the trick play not corralled in center.
It's right there too. Noah Bridges last night had a couple of them that he didn't go for, then found his confidence. Right there, just out of his reach, but you can start to see the confidence in the trick plays coming together for the Firefighters. A few guys out of position from where they normally are, but as DR Meadows comes up, you can start to see they're figuring themselves out trickery-wise.
Quick 1-2 count on the Doctor. And this one shot through the right side. It does not get a piece of Ty Jackson, who's able to get to second. McDowell a little trouble handling that one. Still wet surface here after the hour 21-minute rain and lightning delay. Boy, that was really close to being a single for DR, but the last out of the inning if it got a piece of Ty 2 fly. Instead, 2 aboard with 2 down for Reese Alexiadis, who lofts that into center field. Noah Bridges, you bet, gonna secure that any way possible. And Philly gets 3 outs for the price of 4, picks up his defense, strands a pair.
It's a big confidence boost for the Firefighters. Hold them scoreless, get a couple trick plays. Got to find something in the bottom half of the 6th.
Next weekend, starting Saturday night, Banana Ball in the Bayou. The Caesars Superdome. Back-to-back Banana Ball games in the home of the New Orleans Saints. It is going to be a wild scene down in the Big Easy. 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday night. right back here on the Bananas YouTube. We'll also be on the ESPN app and Disney Plus, and then little Sunday matinee starting at 4:30 Eastern.
And it's that quintessential Bananas Party Animals rivalry back in action. Teams that a lot of people consider still to be the cream of the crop entering the first season of the BBCL. So I'm expecting really competitive games and a lot of trick plays despite the dimensions in the Superdome.
We'll have over 73,000 fans in the Superdome back-to-back days down in New Orleans. That's going to be pretty absurd. Nearly 150,000 fans across the two-day weekend. And Bazela back out on the bump. Excellent first full inning of his young Bananas career, and Banana Ball career for that matter, in the 5th inning. Now he's got the bottom 3 in the Firefighters lineup. The Bridges brothers, Noah and Zachary, with Lamar Sparks in the hole. Chopper to the right side, foul. Ball and a strike on Noah.
Noah Bridges still hunting for that first hit here in his 2026 World Tour and his career in the Banana Ball Championship League. Had some issues last year, especially down the stretch with striking out. Working on plate discipline was the name of his game in the offseason. Showed a little bit of that in Florida State. But in this situation, the Firefighters need runners on base. They need something to go, and instead he'll take a healthy hack and a healthy miss on 2-2.
Fouled away. We'll get another 2-2 offering. Bazela's got a funky arsenal. 88 to 92 miles an hour with the fastball. And then he brings a slider, curveball, splitter, and knuckleball into the mix. As that one is slapped out to left, Ty Jackson eyeing it up. Tip drill attempt. Tip drill secured in the kilt. Who else but Ty Jackson?
You knew somebody had to do it, and Ty Two Fly always enjoys getting to rock the kilts in Grayson Stadium, or really in any Banana Ball game. Impressive stuff from Ty, and he knew it. You can see how planned that was as he put the hand underneath the kilt to make sure that Banana Ball would be secured.
Now big brother Zachary Bridges digs in. Always great ingenuity on display from Ty here in his 3rd tour, 5th year as a Savannah Banana. And a 3-pitch strikeout. Noah, check that. Zachary Bridges baffled on the bender there from Bazela.
Just had Zachary Bridges swinging at everything. Jacob Bazela, rookie campaign, but looks anything unlike it on that at-bat. Lamar Sparks has to matrix out of the way of the first pitch, goes up 1-0.
Sparks a double his last time. First hit of his young Banana Ball career. We talked about it, Zach, a little earlier. I mean, this guy's got all the talent in the universe.
When his bat is awake and alive, it's absolutely powerful. Again, 18 home runs in the Pioneer League in 2022. It re-earned him entry back into the minor leagues with the Milwaukee Brewers. Spent last season in the American Association. When his bat goes, it can be powerful. They can easily go for contact, and you saw the speed on the pads earlier.
2-2 coming from Big Red. And the count runs full. And we have Zach Phillips to thank for Lamar Sparks coming to Banana Land. They've been great friends since 2023. Became best buddies playing Fortnite together. Philly's been begging Sparks to come every year since he joined the fray. So as Lamar earns the sprint right there and is gonna respect the Bananas Ball 4 sprint defense. Just takes 1 base.
But I'll tell you what a confidence-building type of game this can be for Lamar Sparks. Only got 1 plate appearance at Florida State, but today has been productive, has been disciplined at the plate, and now on base twice. Scored a run in his first plate appearance. Now on to first with Tyner Hughes coming up. And again, the Firefighters, they're putting some pressure on here, but they've got to find a way to get a run in the bottom half of this 6th with Tyner Hughes up.
Off speed in there for strike 1. Yeah, Lamar turned down some really enticing offers to start his Banana Ball career. Had some affiliated contracts on the table, could have gone down and played in the Mexican League, but Philly had finally whispered enough sweet nothings into his ear. He was also at the game, one of the 2 games in Houston last year, Bananas and Tailgaters. And spent the game in the dugout, chatted with Gillum for 10 minutes.
Not only that, but the Bananas foster, which speaks so much to Lamar Sparks' story. He was adopted from birth, as was his sister. That really spoke to the wholesome aspect of banana ball, and that really sold him on what he could do here in the sport.
100%. 2-2 now on Tyner, who has a single and a double so far this afternoon. Here in his third game as a firefighter, just a triple away from a cycle across the 3 games. It won't be a 3-bagger, but it will be extra bases. Sparks can really fly. He'll get a stop sign from Corey Pye. It's Tyner 2 bags, second double of the ball game. He's 3 for 3.
I told you Tyner Hughes has been a very important bat for this firefighter lineup, and it's exactly that reason. 2-strike approach, finds a way to rope it into left field. Lamar Sparks was giving it everything it had, just a little bit too big of a bounce into Ty Jackson's glove. But now runners at second and third, and Peanut, who had a triple last night, who's shown some power in banana ball, has a chance to tie this thing up.
Inning-winning run 90 feet away. 0-1 to Green. Make it 0-2. That's the splitter from Bazale. It was filthy. Jake a strike away. He survives! Back-to-back splitters. Gets Peanut swinging and strands a pair in scoring position.
Impressive stuff from Jacob Bazale. Yet again, a more laborious inning than what we saw in the 5th, but he bears down, gets the punch out against Caden Green, and the Nanners still hold the lead in tonight's game.
So 2-1 Bananas with 3 innings to play. Reminder, every run scored in the final inning counts as a point. Well, Kaz calls the sheet race for the folks here in historic Grayson Stadium. Biko Scala gets to call the sheet race for everybody here in virtual Banana Land, and we are off. My favorite promotion of all time. It is neck and neck around the first turn. Brown with a slight lead. Light blue will call him teal right behind him. Don't count out light green nor yellow. Now teal is in the front. Oh, look out, light green pulling ahead. This is the tightest sheet race in the history of the Savannah Bananas. Yellow pulling ahead, coming around the final bend. Yellow's got a lead. Brown, green, teal all right behind her. Here comes yellow. Can she hold on? You bet. What a win! A photo finish! Brown right behind her, then light green, teal, a very close 4th. That's as good a sheet race as you'll ever see.
Yeller flipped over the finish line too, flipping for joy going through it, barely broke the line.
Let's get another look at the photo finish. Really impressive late burst. That's what we call the kick in the sheet race world, from the lady in yellow. And back to your regularly scheduled content. That would be Banana Ball. Zach Phillips, first multi-inning outing of his Firefighters career. And he's got a ball and a strike on Max Young Goldberg. Zach Bridges gave it a look, didn't have a chance at it.
Anytime he's summoned, Zach Phillips has always been able to just pick up the job that's been asked of him. Certain it wasn't exactly the plan that he pitched multiple innings, considering they would have liked Christian Dearman to be able to throw an inning or two. Thrust Javon Ray into the game probably earlier than the Firefighters wanted. But for Zach Phillips, he relishes the opportunity to try and shove against his former squad.
Swing and a miss. Philly sits down Max Young Goldberg and continues his torrid start to a Firefighter's career.
That's an ultimate training for a rookie and how quick an at-bat can go. That strikeout landed at 45 seconds. I don't know that Max Young Goldberg has ever had an at-bat that quick in his life where he faced that many pitches.
Well, now Dan Oberst, who famously loves to swing it against southpaws. Fly out and a line out so far today. Chopper to the left side. Lacey cuts in front of Green. 360. That was a seed across the diamond just in time to get Danny O.
They call him Showtime for a reason, folks. That was not easy, but boy, was it effective for Logan Lacey, twisting and turning and finding a way to get it over in time.
It's kind of a situation where I think it's two guys kind of fighting it out to try and record a trick play. They get so close to each other. Lacey eventually takes over and doesn't really have the time to think about what he's going to do anymore. Instead, he's just got to focus on recording the out, but did so successfully.
0-2 to KJ. He does not bite. An RBI sprint, a double, a run scored, and a line out for Kyle Jackson. As it has been an excellent start to World Tour number 3 for K-Jack. Trick pitch from Philly, up and in, and not far enough away from Bridges for Jackson to vie for first.
He had a goal of getting a couple different sub-2-minute innings. Once he lost that, he wanted to go for the trick pitch strikeout. Oh, going for it again.
And KJ foul down the first base line.
I'll tell you what, that won't count, but did you see Mason Maxwell throwing his body out on the line to find a way to stop that? It was an impressive play for Mason. Won't count, but it will in my brain and in my heart.
That's all that matters.
Correct.
So another 2-2 coming from the pride of Texarkana, Arkansas, to the man out of Bowling Green, Ohio. Former teammates doing battle here in our 100-year-old ballpark. Payoff pitch. Chopped foul, let's do it again. KJ always very emotive at the box, or in the box rather. Talking to himself after he fouled off the 3-2. This one skied in the infield. ZB throws the mask right into Philly and can't catch the ball. KJ hustling the whole way is into second. And that, kids, is why you run out every single ball in the field. Kyle Jackson, busting it out of the box, is in scoring position on a pop-up that was only about 10 feet in front of home plate.
And you saw the throw of the mask put Philly on the turf. He kind of crumbled there. Not sure if maybe Zach Bridges was aware of that, kind of hearing it as he was trying to field that ball. Either way, that is a costly error, or could be for the Firefighters, especially with Bill Leroy up at the dish, a guy who batted over 500 against the Firefighters last season.
Hot shot foul. And of course, Bill Leroy has caught Zach Phillips more than anybody else in his illustrious banana ball career, so nobody knows him better. Ball and 2 strikes. Philly doing a great job of jumping ahead, as per usual, in vintage form. Bouncer to Caden Green. Oh, he muffs it. A Firefighters defensive collapse will lead to a run for the Nanners. Throw all the way home. Bill's going to get all the way to second. That is what my junior varsity baseball coach Joe DeFino would call a disastrophe. An error from your catcher, an error from your shortstop, and then your center fielder doesn't hit the cutoff, so Bill is in scoring position. And that's JT Sokolov who takes his place at second. Great speed in scoring position now.
One just gets right underneath Peanut, probably thinking trick play all the way, and it just goes by him. We saw him with a wet field. In Secret Peel had a little trouble going for something. Right there, the wet field, maybe it plays again, but either way, the Firefighters, you're inches, centimeters away from getting out of the inning, and instead, Zach Phillips now has to try and get out of damage here with a run across here in the top half of the 7th.
Trick pitch misses high.
Oh, okay.
Deuces on Jackson Olsen. 1 for 3 on the day, and make it a full count. Ball 4 scores another run. The payoff. Liner into right field. McDowell's playing very shallow. Sokolov's getting the wave around the throw. Home! Oh, it's not in time! The hesitation from McDowell allows Sokolov to score, who never hesitated. And it's 2 runs now for the Nanners in the top of the 7th.
This is the prime example of the Tyler Gillum green light special base running system. You gotta put pressure on the defenders, and they notice a slight hesitation from McDowell in right field, and Sokolov He's aggressive. That's what his game is all about right now for the Savannah Bananas. There was no doubt that he was trying to score there. And the Bananas, they know playing as the visiting squad, you've got to get multiple runs in these innings. So now they've got that edge going into the bottom half of the 7th.
But more importantly, it shows when you make mistakes, someone has to take advantage of them. The Bananas have done just that against the Firefighters. The Black and Neon have not done that enough to someone else, and right now they're burying themselves in the top of the 7th. As Rack goes lightly down the line, Mason Maxwell just gets the trick play, then goes behind the back just because he wants to. That'll end the frame, but not before some disaster-free fielding. Plates 2 runs for the Savannah Bananas. The Firefighters on their heels yet again have to find a way in the bottom half of the inning here on the Savannah Bananas YouTube page.
Oh my goodness, Banana Ball is back just like that. Grant Besser, the new man on the mound, comes in for the teeth of this Firefighters lineup. Cornett, Lacey, and McDowell, 3, 4, and 5. As G-Baby sans his tighty-whities. Has a 1-2 count on DC3. And there's the strikeout. Thought he had it a pitch earlier. Pulls the string. Delivers that signature changeup. And a nice start to his outing.
I mean, this is kind of the guy who's the Philly replacement for the Savannah Bananas. He works awfully quick, and that right there was a 22-second strikeout against DC3.
Now Logan Lacey. And he's behind 1-2. Can't connect on the change. And a swing and a miss. The changeup claims another victim. Back-to-back Ks to start the afternoon for Grant Besser. And that's a trick pitch. Oh yeah, 360, a beauty. Trick pitch strikeout. Should be a trick play. Confirmation from Josh Talevsky. Yeah. Darian McDowell trying to figure out the Bananas' 4th round draft pick. It's just a 3-pitch mix. Sits high 80s, maybe touches 90 with the fastball. And McDowell does just that. Hot shot into left center. Ty Jackson can't connect on the turf burner. And McDowell's gonna chug his way all the way to 3rd. A single and a 2-base error on the Nanners left fielder will bring the innings tying run to the dish.
Find him any way they can come. Darian McDowell ropes one into left field. It's a hot shot, and then just good heady running as well on the pad. See the ball go to the track and just keep the engine burning.
Look out, Mason Maxwell. Got a piece of him. See if the Firefighters have something special in store for us.
I think they do.
It's a TikTok trend. I'm not sure our guys nailed it.
I would love to see more of a dive action next time, but they were going for it.
They were not very impressive jumps.
Running as fast as you can. I'll take that. It's a wet field, man.
The jumps that are supposed to be flight, it didn't feel like flight to me in the background.
Not entirely.
There. Bouncer to Ryan Cox, fielded between the legs, over to first. Ziggy behind the back. Are you kidding me? fourth double trick play of the ball game that Alex Ziegler's been on the back end of. And the Nanners jump ahead 3-1 while adding a couple more trick plays to the tally.
That just might be the nail in the coffin for the Savannah Bananas earning the equalizer point in this contest. Coxey fielding between the legs, and Alex Ziegler, yet another tremendous play as the designated fielder at first base today.
Besser strands runners on the corners. As you can see, through 7 innings, 3-1 lead for the Nanners. And talking about trick plays, let's take a look at some of the best. Got the first rack flip of 2026. Logan Lacey, real smooth. That was with the bases loaded going between the legs. Darian McDowell, fantastic between the legs catch. And then it's been the Alex Ziegler show at first. It's been a part of 4 double trick plays. And that is really the difference in this ball game, as the Nanners in their first away game since July 22nd, 2023 in Rancho Cucamonga, their first chance ever at the Equalizer Point, look poised to snag it. And the Firefighters will turn to Johnny Hummel, his second year in the back end of this Firefighters bullpen. You look at that 3.86 ERA as a rookie. That is elite in banana ball, a sport that very much caters to hitting.
I say this all the time about Johnny Hummel. He knows how to operate in big-time situations with pressure on the line. This is a guy who closed out Kentucky's first ever trip to the College World Series, then closed out their first ever win in the College World Series, and then last year earning 3 showdown shutdowns against the Savannah Bananas, 2 in this very park at Grayson Stadium in an August win over the Nanners. He had a little bit of trouble at Florida State. Can he find a way to get something going here at Grayson Stadium? The Firefighters desperately need it. A bald man, a shirtless, and inflatable split has walked in front of us. Professor is looking at people who are shirtless. Yeah, this guy just won something.
He won the Mr. Olympia
Probably
challenge.
because he took his shirt off.
Yeah, that's,
likely.
It's a big difference. We call those bar raisers here.
Yeah, he's bald too. I probably wanted to give him something there.
Hummel's got 9, 10, and 1 in the Nanners lineup. Cox, Ty Jackson, and Meadows. It's a devastating 3-pitch mix. Fastball, curveball, slider, and it's a cuttery slider. Two balls and a strike on the Bananas shortstop, who is 0 for 1. Couple ball 4 sprints, flew out his last time. It was his carry the 6th plate appearance of 2026. It was the first time he was retired. Safe harbor rule as he takes off on the 3-1 means that a strike is not called on him even though he left the box. Payoff pitch. Lifted out to center, retreating is Noah Bridges, and backpedaling will make the snag. And that catch right there is the Firefighters officially conceding the equalizer point to the Bananas. They needed some serious double trick plays here to fight it off.
At that point, he's going backwards. You needed 5 trick plays. It was going to be tough, but at this point, you're now conceding. You're going to go into the 9th inning at the very least, or at the very most, potentially down 4-1.
It could be 4-2. They still have the bottom of the inning to potentially win the 8th. But you know the Bananas at this point are going to have 4 points. Ty Jackson, did he hold up? Yes, says Cal Allman. I mean, hypothetically, you could get back-to-back triple trick plays. Probably not.
You would really need something to go right for you to get back-to-back triple trick plays. But, hey, anything could happen.
3-1. Pop to the right side. Premium underneath it. He will tip it. And under the leg, there's the double trick play as the Firefighters pull within 3 trick plays of the Nanners. They're now down 14-11. McDowell and Hughes combining on that one.
All right, well, you've given yourself a shot now, if nothing else. Again, though, I want to talk about how impressive Darian McDowell's been in right field. He's had range, shown speed, but he's also shown the willingness to go after trick plays. That one gets away from Zachary Bridges. D.R. Meadows will just scoot on down to first and join Mason Maxwell.
Another steal of first for the Doctor. Known for those, he had 4 of them last year, tied for the tour lead. Just a headsy ball player.
I mean, he knows his role in that leadoff spot. He's just trying to get on, be a single, steals a first, ball 4 sprints. Now we'll see if he tries to get himself in motion against Johnny Hummel as Alexiadis will foul off the 1-0 pitch.
Super Reese, 0 for 4 today. Couple strikeouts, couple flyouts.
You to tell me Reese Alexiadis was 0 for 4 in a game and you're still down potentially 4-1 going to the bottom at the end of the 9th inning? It'd be awfully tough to believe.
It speaks to the depth of this veteran Bananas lineup.
And again, the trick playability.
Split going buck wild in his inflatable suit as that one scrapes the outside corner. 1-2 on Super Reese. And that one just a bit too far outside. Deuce is wild here in the top of the 8th. There goes the Doctor. Check swing. Throw down to second, not in time. And check to first. Cal Allman says that Alexiadis was able to hold up. So DR steals first, he steals second, he's at scoring position. And now ball 4 scores him. That's how tough it is to pitch in Banana Ball.
And that's exactly why you saw Meadows taking off on the 2-2 pitch. Now Alexiadis just trying to play spoiler on any pitch around the zone right now from Johnny Hummel and see if he can earn that ball 4 sprint.
Another payoff. That ball is gonna be blasted out to left center. No ball 4 sprint, but extra bases instead. Super Reese drives in the Doctor. And the Nanners offense absolutely relentless. More 2-out damage, and Alexiadis officially joins the hit party. First extra base hit of tour number 3 for the man out of Manhattan Beach, California. As young Goldberg bounces it to Maxwell between the legs, grabs the trick play, gets it over to Hummel in time. But the Bananas have officially won the Equalizer Point. That means they are up 4-1, and they lead this 8th inning. A chance to make it a 5-1 lead. They'll need to put up a goose egg in the bottom half.
Singing voices on, because it's time for yellow. Sing it loud, Savannah, Georgia. And what was it called? We love you so much, Banana Nation, and my friend Cole has something to say too.
Go Bananas!
Well, thanks to our hour and 21-minute rain and lightning delay, the sun has set a little bit here on historic Grayson Stadium, looking beautiful as ever in year 101 of its fantastic existence. Grant Besser out for his 2nd inning of work, had runners on the corners in the bottom of the 7th, was able to escape unscathed. put a point up for the Bananas. He had 2 runs of support in that frame. He's got 1 run to work with here in the 8th.
What was really impressive was the trick pitch strikeout that he earned, doing the 360 spin before delivering his 1-2 pitch to Logan Lacey. First trick pitch strikeout that we've seen in a Bananas game this season, so great stuff from G-Baby. And this guy who pitched in 55% of his games out of the bullpen in college looks like he's gonna be a mainstay here for the Bananas as Olsen tries to add on yet another trick play and comes up empty, trying to snare that one barehanded.
That's now twice Noah Bridges has gotten on base, not necessarily because of a hit, but because of something that was missed in the field or a fielder's choice. Either way, the Firefighters need it, and they will take it here in the bottom of the 8th.
That's the first time Bridges has been aboard tonight. He had a strikeout and a flyout.
Second time this season, I mean.
There it is.
He did that in Florida State. He had scored a run.
The opener, that's a fact. And that's what Bridges brings. When he puts the ball on the ground like that, it's so tough to get a trick play against him. As you talked about, it was a trick play missed at second. And once you're not smooth with it, I mean, there was no chance at Bridges at first. His brother hanging tough, Zachary. Ready for another 1-2 from Grant Besser, and that's a strikeout. It's a downright disgusting changeup. Best pitch in Besser's arsenal. He's got 3 punch-outs now.
And as a left-hand pitcher, you usually try and throw that changeup against the opposite hand. You see the same thing that Noah Nisnik does, tossing that circle change as a southpaw. It always is really effective on that outside corner of the plate against a right-handed batter.
And Niz and Besser have very similar styles. You see Besser loves to live with that fastball up and away to righties, tunnels the breaking ball and changeup very well. Little peek over at Noah on first, the inning tying run. Lamar Sparks having himself a little banana ball breakout. His 3rd game played. And off the end of the bat, a mile high out to left. Robert Anthony Cruz, backflip catch just for the fun of it. Equalizer point's already locked in. Rack's just out here. Added some more spice to this banana ball game.
Well, this is a guy who wants to lead the world tour in backflip catches in 2026. Did so successfully last year. He had more than DR Meadows. I think a lot of people forget that, but an impressive play from Cruz and nearly an impressive job by Jackson Olsen, but he couldn't quite keep the banana ball in his glove, trying to apply a tag on Noah Bridges.
Yeah, the slide knocked the ball out. That's a big swiped base there by Bridges. Inning tying run in scoring position, but Ryan Cox pulling off his signature move, the Professor. As the Bananas win the 8th inning, they had another trick play to the tally, and they lead 5-1 going to the 9th. Another look at the smooth work from Ryan Cox, as we'll get it on down to the young Professor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bananas win the inning and get an equalizer point, making the score 5-1 in favor of the Savannah Bananas. But here is the thing about the game of banana ball. In the final inning, every run counts for a point. That means the Firefighters are not counted out yet. They are going to have their opportunity. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have made it through the rain. You are still here to be entertained. We are not done yet, so let's get ready because this is the final inning.
In a league that has showed a lot of parity, just 9 games into its existence, the Bananas trying to separate themselves from the pack. The only unbeaten team go to the 9th inning with a 4-point advantage. And a reminder, every run scored in the final inning counts as a point. So they're trying to add some insurance against the defending pitcher of the year. Ben Dunn will be used for a 2nd straight night.
Boy, he would really like to continue the form that he showed last night. Got into a little bit of trouble, but then ultimately got out of it. Obviously, we saw what happened at the end of the first game against the Loco Beach Coconuts. 3 runs given up in the top half of the 9th, but Ben Dunn going back to his usual run of form last night. You look at the numbers, 26 2/3. He does not give you free passes very often, and he does not give up a ton of runs. Now can he find that form again and just find some sort of way to get the Firefighters into the bottom half with any sort of striking distance?
Easton Parrish quickly behind 0-2. Pride of Lavernia, Texas, the Bananas' 7th round draft pick. And he goes down on 3 pitches. 3 straight heaters, gassed up. Nice start for Ben Dum.
15-second strikeout for Ben Dum there against Easton Parrish. It's tough enough to come off the bench in baseball. It's certainly tough in banana ball as well. Parrish has now done that twice, but each time it's resulted in a K for the rookie.
1-0 to Kyle Jackson. Fooled on the off speed. And now a 1-2 count on KJ. It's 1 for 3 on the afternoon. That has turned into an evening. Shout out our rain and lightning delay.
Mother Nature, what a hack.
Oh, it's always an adventure in Savannah, Georgia. 2-2. Slow tapper to Maxwell. He will flip it to Dum just in time. KJ hustling down the line.
I think Mason maybe thought about trying for a trick play there, then saw KJ getting down the line, decided the love of the game will have to wait for another day.
Yeah, especially with the equalizer point out of the equation. I mean, you just got to get your outs.
And you can't allow any more base runners. Every run in this inning counting for a point. You just can't see yourself go down any more than you've already got if you're the Firefighters.
Bill Leroy, the king of Dublin, Georgia, the Duke of Bananaland. 1 for 4. Got his first hit of year number 9 today. RBI single that started the 5-run 4th. What an uncomfortable at-bat Ben Dum is for anybody, but especially righties. Fastball, circle change, slider. So it's about 88 to 90 with the heat. So good at pounding the zone and getting ahead. Delivers a 2-2 here. Bill off the fists, dunks it in for another knock. Multi-hit ball game for Leroy, and he gives way to JT Sokolov for the 2nd time in this contest. Sokolov scored for Bill in that 2-run 7th. Jackson Olsen is behind 0-1. 2 for 4 in the ball game, a run driven in, a run scored, and Olsen 4 for 8 on the tour. He looks calm, cool, collected at the dish in his 4th year as a Nanner. Well, I guess we have to qualify this as year 5 as a Nanner. Started in the 2022 Summer Series. This is his 4th tour as Sokolov was off on the pitch. Flipped out to South Trimble, who takes care of it. And Ben Dum, vintage. Back-to-back ball games where he's locked down in the 9th. And he keeps the deficit at 4 for the Firefighters.
Line him up, fire him right back down. Ben Dum the 3rd. Cool, calm, and collected. Again, regain the form, but now maybe the most prolific closer in banana ball is about to make his entrance.
That's right, Frankie Moscatello, the rookie. We saw Danny Hosley last night.
We did.
I think we're going to see Frankie Moscatello to try and shut this one down here on our Sunday ball game between the Nanners and Firefighters. The young professor letting the folks know that the freak, Frankie's coming in from the bullpen. I'm sure young prof's actually talking about going to our final half inning of banana ball, but we're here to talk about Moscatello. What a career that brings Frankie to Bananaland. The man they call Gazoo out of Rocky Point, New York. One of the hardest throwers in the sport. As you can see, a 6th rounder by the Nanners. That was after 8 years of professional baseball experience, highlighted by becoming the Frontier Pitcher of the Year in 2023 with Equipe Quebec.
And he had 40 saves across his last 3 years of independent ball. Across his 7 years of indie ball experience, this is a guy who racked up 485 strikeouts. There's a big reason that people have called him Frankie Strikeouts throughout his career. But if he doesn't necessarily have the strikeout stuff, and the Firefighters are putting balls in play but making soft contact, 3 trick plays in this inning from the Bananas to end the ball game would make this game a record tire. There would be 31 trick plays in this ball game, and that would tie the banana ball record that we saw set here in Grayson Stadium last year on the 21st of March.
And when you combine his numbers down in the Mexican Pacific Winter League, over 500 career professional strikeouts for Moscatello. He was a D2 warrior at St. Thomas Aquinas up in Sparkle, New York. In the East Coast Conference. Never got his affiliated shot. But boy, what a pro baseball career he has had. Now parlaying it into banana ball. He's got Caden Green, Dalton Cornett, and Logan Lacey, 2, 3, and 4. Due to swing it for the Firefighters.
If there is anything left in this Firefighter bunch, it's got to get laid out now. The risk going into the 3rd weekend of this early World Tour, the only winless team going up against the Loco Beach Coconuts next week in Little Rock, Arkansas, with the banana ball standings so important here early on. Any way to get momentum before you go on the road again is of massive importance, and Peanut works the count up to 3-0.
Moscatello is a strikeout artist. Loves to pound the zone. He just has to find it. And he throws 4 straight bad ones to Green to open up the 9th.
Peanut won't even try to make the turn and go for second, just holds the brakes right there at first, put a runner aboard. Remember, the Firefighters still very much have the golden at bat in their pocket. I don't think they'd use it in the next 2 batters between Dalton Cornett and Logan Lacey, but watch out. DC3 gets aboard. Do we see smoke go in for him for a potential golden at bat opportunity to come right back up?
Peter Porter in there for strike 1. Cornett won the 1st inning for the Firefighters. Walk-off single. Lifts this one into shallow left center. Meadows venturing over, he will tip it. Make sure he adds another trick play to his tally. 1 down here in the last of the 9th.
Again, we talk about wanting to get the top of the order going for the Firefighters. DC3 had that first hit in the 1st inning. It was a walk-off, his first hit of the season, and since then, just kind of been ice cold again.
Logan Lacey 0 for 3 today. It's been a tough luck start to tour number 3 for Showtime. 1 for 10 on the year. He's had lineouts in multiple games. The talent, the work ethic, the ball player, it'll all come into form in the near future. Those lineouts will be made up for with some softly hit base knocks.
By the end of last year, he became the best hitter against the Bananas on the 2025 World Tour. 379 average, 3 home runs, 15 RBI against the Nanners. Remember, he started slow last year as well, worked himself into form right quick. But again, works himself up 3-0 in the count. Lacey can move. Peanut at first.
The 3-0 from Moscatello. Got to be taken all the way. Yep. No decision necessary for Lacey. Easy take as Peanut will go first to third. Logan stays put at first, and now the tying run in the on-deck circle for the Firefighters with just 1 away.
Josh has talked all day about putting pressure on the fielders. A couple of ball 4 sprints does just that. Now Darian McDowell, we've talked about how good he has been in the field. Can he find it at the plate now? Saw a single, got turned into a triple because he was heady on the base pads. Can he find something here? Keep this going for the Fighters.
Fastball just misses. Lacey's taking off, check swing, fouled away. Fascinating move from Logan Lacey, trying to fend off the potential game-ending double play. Lifted right side, foul territory. Leroy and Young Goldberg in pursuit. Leroy runs into his manager, Tyler Gillum. Didn't get out of the way. Oh, Bill had a great shot at that. Skipper just had no idea where he was on the field. That's crazy.
Thought it bounced off the netting at first, so it might not have been any harm, any foul, but man, Bill was on his horse trying to get over there.
Well, Gillum's over there right outside the dugout. I mean, he's kind of beating himself up. Saw him hanging his head. Looked like he gave himself a little dang it. He knows that Bill Leroy, always a gamer, tries to make every out he can in foul territory, and certainly got in the way of the Bananas co-captain right there.
We've seen Bill run into the young professor. We've seen Michael Galinsky get absolutely smoked. Other videographers get taken out. Never a coach in the way.
There's a growing list.
1-2. Heck of a stop by Leroy as the count evens up on premium. Former Padres minor leaguer, 6th round pick in 2024. Retired from affiliated ball to spend more time with his family. He's got the love for baseball again here in Banana Land. Swinging it in a big spot, the 2-2 with Lacey on the move, and a heck of a job by McDowell to spoil it, as that one's not caught by the fans.
And every time that pops up, you worry as the opposing team, that's the one that's going to get caught finally. Almost through 3 games, and neither of these teams have induced a fan-caught foul ball.
Deep breath, and another 2-2 from Moscatello. Fouled away again. McDowell hanging tough.
The focus is last season. West Florida was on pitch selection. He's done a really good job of that so far in this battle between Frankie Moscatello, just hanging in with pitches around the zone.
Another 2-2. Lacey on the move again. It's a ball and a pump fake from Leroy. So Showtime swipes second. Double play no longer an option. Ball 4 will score 2. And bring the tying run to the dish. Payoff pitch from Moscatello to McDowell. Called strike 3. Heater gets the outside corner.
I know exactly what Darian McDowell's going to say. He thought the pitch right before was in the exact same spot, but Moscatello steady, right on there.
Perfect execution on a big pressure payoff pitch. Mason Maxwell, the Firefighters' last hope. He's just got to pass the baton. Tying run still in the on-deck circle. It's Dakota McFadden. The Firefighters still have their golden batter. Mad Max has reached once in 3 trips, 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. And Moscatello's found the zone. A couple fastballs fouled off. Firefighters down to their final strike. Oh-2 coming from Moscatello to Maxwell. Into foul territory, long run for KJ, look out! No chance. Green leads off third, Lacey off second. Firefighters need one more guy to reach. Another 0-2 coming from Gazoo. Lifted to center. DR Meadows underneath it. Tip drill, you bet. The Savannah Bananas remain the only unbeaten team in the BBCL. They sweep this 2-game set against the Firefighters. They are 3-0 on the year, and they do it in dominating fashion. A 5-1 win and 18 trick plays as they claim the equalizer point, the most we've seen from a team in the Banana Ball Championship League era.
And it's the perfect ending for the Savannah Bananas in this ball game. They finish off the sweep of the Firefighters, but also for only the second time in Banana Ball history, we see a game with 30 combined trick plays between two teams. A very impressive game from both squads from a defensive standpoint, but yet another all-around dominant performance from the Savannah Bananas.
Their reward is forming into a heart in the center of the diamond and shaking their tuchuses off. The Nanners will set their sights on the defending champion Party Animals next weekend in the Superdome in New Orleans. As Derek Klena takes over on the mic. Derek Klena serenades the Grayson Stadium faithful who braved an hour and 20-minute rain and lightning delay that stopped action in the top of the fourth inning. And how about Alex Ziegler, the designated fielder? Doesn't get a plate appearance, but downright dominant over at first base. He's your showman of the game.
I mean, this is exactly what the designated fielder was kind of put in place for. Guys like Alex Ziegler to shine on the diamond. And he racked up 4 trick plays, all of them coming on double trick plays. It started with Kyle Jackson early in the ball game, fielding it through his legs, and then he combined with a couple with Ryan Cox, and even one from Jackson Olsen. You see the beautiful kick to Ziegler fielding that behind his back. All around, great game from Ziggy, and it even came with his father, Bruce, in attendance to watch him this weekend, which is just super cool. Ziggy, so close to his father, and the man who helped him craft these plays.
Let's hear from the man himself. For that, to Sam Bauman we go.
Yeah, thanks, Biko. I'm with our showman of the game, Alex Ziegler. Ziggy, the trick plays never more important than they were in a game like this where the Bananas are the away team. Was that the mindset for you, knowing going out to first base, it's trick play central?
Absolutely. I mean, that's always the goal. I just want to do something that no one else is doing and just putting smiles on faces. And, I mean, how many trick plays did we have today? We had like 30 today, which is insane, you know. That's awesome. Is that the new record? Does anyone know that?
No record, no
okay,
record.
okay. But that was awesome, you know. I've been putting in the work every single day, and, you know, it works in the end.
Ziggy, these guys clearly pretty affectionate towards you. What's it mean to play such a big role? We've always known the glove was something that was special, that stood out about you, and now to know the value, the extra value it brings, I mean, that's got to feel great.
Oh, yeah, it's been awesome being the designated fielder. It's been great, you know, getting some more playing time at first and just showing what I can do. I'm in my element.
Ziggy, you're the first guy not named Kyle Jackson to be showman of the game for the Bananas. How's that feel?
It feels great to be in the same sentence as him. I love that.
Ziggy, finally, our last question for you comes from 5-year-old Liam from Banana Ball Backstage. What's your favorite dinosaur?
The raptor. The Velociraptor. They're fast, baby!
Fast! Ziggy's fast! He's dangerous! And he's our showman of the game. Guys!
Thank you, Sam Bauman. Very impressive that you're able to keep your composure throughout the madness from the Savannah Bananas and their beloved fifth-year member, Alex Ziegler, the kid out of Butler, Pennsylvania, the designated fielder, the first designated fielder to ever win Showman of the Game in Banana Ball history. As we welcome you back inside, Josh Talevsky, Zach Staten, I am Biko Scala. A major thank you for sticking with us on this rain-soaked Sunday in Banana Land. 5-1 victory for the Nanners. The 30 combined trick plays, just one shy of tying the record that was set last March 21st, which was actually a game the Bananas only had 13 trick plays in. The Party Animals had 18 trick plays in that ball game. But really impressive from both squads. 18 trick plays from the Nanners, 12 from the Firefighters, and this Banana squad looks dangerous.
Look, I think when you think about those trick play records, the visiting team has to push the home team when you want to see those records set, and the Bananas certainly did that against the Firefighters in today's competition. But once again, I mean, I already feel like a broken record. 3 games into the season, the pitching shined for the Savannah Bananas. Across 18 offensive innings for the Firefighters this weekend, they scored just 3 runs against the Savannah Bananas, and their pitching staff only allowed 3 total ball 4 sprints. They stayed in the zone very well all weekend long, worked themselves out of trouble as well, and they hope to continue to dominate against the Party Animals. That will certainly be a true test for that pitching staff, considering the Party Animals were the best offense in Banana Ball a season ago.
Not a doubt about it. And for everybody keeping track across the tour, that is 4 ball 4 sprints for the Bananas pitching staff in the entire year. 2 of them came from Frankie Moscatello in the 9th inning right there. Zach Staten, the Firefighters are 0-3. But there's a lot of potential on this team. They're going to be getting the bats of Eric Jones Jr. and Armando Becerra back in the lineup next week. This is a squad 0-3, but they get the coconuts again, and there's got to be a lot of hope. And I mean, we're 3 games into a 60-game season here. There's still a lot of season left.
Look, this team has been thrown a couple of hurdles throughout the first couple of weeks. Ron Franklin out for the season with an injury. You don't have EJ tonight. You don't have Armando Becerra this weekend. 2 really important players. Guys are playing a little bit out of position in some places. You got the trick play part down today. I think that's a massive part going into Little Rock, but the bats have to wake up. You just said it, 3 runs across 18 offensive innings. There were runners left in the 5th, the 6th, and the 9th, and in 2 of those innings, they were on 2nd and 3rd, and in 2 of those innings, the Bananas didn't score. You have to find ways to bring home runs. They'll get there again, 3 games into the World Tour, but the adversity is already piling up.
100%. A shorthanded Firefighter squad gets swept this weekend. Let's talk about what's on the docket next week. You talked about Little Rock. That's where the Firefighters will be the headlining squad against the Loco Beach Coconuts, so a rematch of the opener of this tour. And then in Round Rock, Texas, that'll be a really fun one. The Texas Tailgaters take on the Indianapolis Clowns for the first time ever. And then we get the original matchup in the sport. The Bananas against the Party Animals in the Caesars Superdome down in New Orleans. It's going to be another jam-packed 6-game weekend of Banana Ball. Cannot wait to see what unfolds next week.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be exciting. Again, just so cool to see our first ever weekend with 3 games happening all at once. So much cool stuff happening around this Banana Ball Championship League when you consider the thrilling endings last night. And again, the Bananas have just been so dominant. We haven't yet seen one of those thrilling endings. They have just been so gosh darn good.
Well, it all continues next Saturday. As always, every game will be free on YouTube next weekend. The Savannah Bananas YouTube, the Texas Tailgaters YouTube, and the Firefighters YouTube with Zach Staten and AJ Switek in Little Rock. Thank you all so much for spending the weekend with us here in virtual Banana Land. A massive shout out to our entire crew here in the BTV world. Another fantastic job producing this broadcast from Chad Reese. The directing, absolutely phenomenal from Alex Gross, and the same goes for everybody in that control room. Bang up job from the folks there, the camera operators, our engineers. This has been a really fun weekend. Thanks to Sam Bauman down on the field. Thank you, Josh Talevsky and Zach Staten, very much. The first 3-man booth for a full game in Banana Ball since the doubleheader in Milwaukee back at Franklin Field at the end. It would be September of
9th.
Yeah, correct, September 9th. That's why he's the statistical
these
savant.
dates, yeah.
Yeah, you bet. That would be September 9th of 2023. It was a blast. Can't wait to do it again with you guys. For now, I'm Biko Scala saying so long. We'll see you next Saturday night, and of course we will. See you later!